Hey, welcome everybody. This is Mike Brenner, Sportsbook Review. I'm back with the PuckHeads, and yes, Dana Lane made it back from his Mexican cruise. Hey, Dana, first and foremost, I'm glad you're back because Scott Carter, all right, he's struggling a little bit, so I need one of these guys, one of you PuckHeads, to step it up. I got a feeling you're going to be up for the challenge.
I'm going to do my best, Mike. I can't tell you that I wanted to leave you with a 3-0 plus 30 day before I left. So we're hoping to build off of that today, and I'm sure Scott will turn it around soon.
Well, we had fun with that because you went 3-0, and all of a sudden you're off on a Mexican cruise. So it's like, now that's hitting the bookie hard and taking advantage of it. And,
that's right.
You know, the only thing we were disappointed is we got no messages, we got no invite, we got nothing from you. So, we take it a little bit personal.
Well, Mike, the bottom line is that we didn't have any way to get a hold of anybody. In fact, I got a little bit of signal, and my wife got mad one day because I woke up one morning and I didn't say good morning to her. The first thing I said to her was, "I got a signal." So I went so I went in the bathroom to get NHL highlights really quick.
Jesus, now that's a handicapper for you, but I'm not buying that excuse. Are you buying it, Scotty?
I just want to know how the tequila was.
Oh yeah, how was that tequila?
I'm telling you, we did not partake. We had a little bit of an adult beverage when we went to Ensenada. We had one.
Sounds like things got crazy. They don't want to talk about it. So
No,
we'll just leave it for everybody's imagination to just kind of roam. All right, with that being said, Scott Carter, 0-2 last time. Brenner stepped it up, went 2-0. All right, let's see if we can get some momentum. All three of us cashing tonight. With that being said, Dana, hit us with your first one.
The first one tonight, Mike, is going to be between the Chicago Blackhawks and the New York Rangers. And, I would say for the first time in New York, you have a bona fide goaltender controversy there between Ranta and Lundqvist. Obviously, Ranta has been playing extremely well, so that's why he's getting the majority of the minutes. But keep in mind, this is a revenge situation for the Blackhawks after they got beat by Ranta and the Rangers. And Ranta has been absolutely playing out of his mind. But let's not forget. Yeah, let's not forget, though, that Scott Darling has also been playing out of his mind after taking over for Corey Crawford. So even though his record is 2-2-1 and those starts, he's allowed just 7 goals, and his goals against average is around 93%, or save percentage is around 93%, and he's only allowed 2 goals in the last 83 shots. So I think we're getting 2 quality goaltenders here, and if you're giving me the Chicago Blackhawks, who's getting Jonathan Toews back tonight at a plus $1.28 in a revenge spot, I'll take that every day of the week.
I like it. I like the breakdown. And you know what? Yeah, that goalie, that's 7 goals he gave up in 5 games. That's pretty damn good. All right, so it seems like this should be a battle. I actually saw one of the totals on that at 4.5. It's the first time I saw 4.5 this year in NHL. Did you see that as well?
There was one earlier in the year.
Was there?
Yeah, but this one is 4.5.
Yeah, because that's a little bit low for my liking. All right, Dana, I like the breakdown. Chicago getting 128. All right, viewers, you heard it. Scotty, hit us with your first one. Something tells me you're bouncing back strong tonight.
I'm going with Anaheim and Dallas over 5.5 plus 110. I got it at earlier. It was at 105, went up to 110. I like getting the extra juice on that.
Okay, and that's over 5.5, right?
Anaheim's first game on their road trip. They won 3-0 at home. They're on the road. Dallas at home. No goaltending, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to have much problem in the expansion draft protecting anybody in that team.
Okay, and what was the best shot line on the over 5.5?
Plus 110.
Plus 110, so plus money. God, I like that too.
Anaheim's been scoring goals like in bunches, and so first game on the road trip, I think they're going to come out strong and start the road trip on a strong note. I think it's going to be a 4-3, 5-4 type of game.
All right, fantastic. I'm going to hit you with mine. I'm going to start off with a dog. I'm taking the St. Louis Blues. I like them tonight. I think it's going to be a good spot for them. Plus 125. Dana, what's your thoughts on my St. Louis Blues on the road?
Yeah, I'm beginning to really like St. Louis, and I think one thing that the Blues did that Chicago probably should look at doing is making a lot of tough decisions with their better players. I mean, they could have signed David Backes for sure in the offseason, decided not to, and they're kind of turning the soil over a little bit there, but still obviously winning. So I like St. Louis. I like what that organization is doing, and I think that they're setting themselves up for success in the long term.
Well, I like it. I think they're good on the road as well. All right, well, with that being said, Dana, hit us with your second one.
For the record, both of these picks are for 3.5 units, and we're going to go with Columbus minus $1.02 over the Edmonton Oilers. And Mike, I have to say this. I mean, Columbus is completely being overlooked and has been all year, and I have them shooting right up my power rankings. They're at number 3 right now. I love John Tortorella. I love the fact that Jack Johnson is starting to produce offensively. We obviously know how good Werenski has been. Maybe a guy that's going to be in the Rookie of the Year talk. And the other thing about Columbus, and in the division that they're playing in, now they force you to be on top of your game every single night, because everybody in their conference or in their division that they're chasing has been absolutely on fire. So you don't have the opportunity to take any nights off. And even though they're going across the country per se to Edmonton, I just still see this team as a machine, and until I see them go backwards, I'm going to ride them, especially if I only have to lay $1.02.
Yeah, you've had a pretty good feel for them. I've noticed that throughout this year. And again, it's early in the season, but nice breakdown on that. Columbus on the road -102. All right, Scotty, hit us with your second and last one.
I'm going to go with the same type of analogy as Dana. Just going with a hot team against a cold team, right? Or not a cold team in this case.
Cold team, but that would be Vancouver, wouldn't it?
Well, no, Vancouver's actually been pretty good lately.
Had to get it in there, though, buddy. Had to get it in there.
Little jab once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with probably the coldest team in the NHL to lose again by on the puck line. I'm going to take Detroit at home.
All right.
Plus 135, I got it at.
On the puck line.
Yeah, plus 130. Actually, plus 130 puck line at home. They're going to beat Arizona Coyotes. And
Arizona. I saw the money line like -240 or something like
that.
Their
goaltending is amazing right now. Masaryk or Howard, who's going to start, I don't know. I don't really care at this point because they're just both playing really well. And I'm looking at like a 4-1 type of game. Easily they're going to cover that 2 goals.
Good deal. You're feeling confident in that bounce back. Detroit plus 130 on the puck line at home. All right, my second one, I'm going with the Capitals. I'm going with, I think right now, I just think Ovechkin is going to start unleashing. I feel it coming.
I like that pick. That was one of my ones
buddy. I got it at 135, and I just think this is that time of year, man, when they really start clicking on all cylinders, and I really think Ovechkin's going to spring out and just have a great game. Dana, what's your thoughts on the Capitals?
I think Washington is one of those teams that's lurking in the weeds, but they have to get more production out of Kuznetsov, who last year was absolutely on fire offensively, and this year is non-existent. And I think that's the difference between where the Caps were last year and where they are this year.
Absolutely.
But the one thing, though, Mike, that's going to help Washington as the season goes on is that the Rangers are good and Pittsburgh is good.
Yeah.
And you remember last year, they basically had the season wrapped up with a month to go, and then had to mentally go through the end of the season. And I just didn't think Barry Trotz was able to get his team back up to that level that they were during the regular season.
Yeah, I remember that too, because you and I talked about that last year as when they did clinch, and that was the big challenge, and they didn't get it done.
Sometimes it takes a couple of losses, bad losses, for the team to sit there and go, hey, what the hell's going on?
Exactly, and then get fired up to the level they need to be.
And what's the name? The goal, Holtby got a shutout last game. I think it was 3-0, so I think
I think Holtby's going to bounce off. And speaking of fired up, I'm fired up because I get Scott Carter the hell out of this studio here in a minute. All right, viewers, you heard it. The Puckheads are back at full force. Dana, welcome back. Next time, please give us a heads up and let us go, because we could do the show from the cruise ship.
I think that would be great if I could get internet service.
Okay, well, we'll work on that one. You just work on getting the wife to say okay to that, because when you're waking up in the morning, the first thing you're worried about is a damn internet signal. Yeah, you're going to be soon trying to hit me up for a divorce lawyer.
Well, I will tell you this, Mike. In all fairness, she set this whole trip up for me for my birthday. So whatever, I kudos to her. It was a great time.
Yeah. Shame on you too. Yeah, you ought to. Oh my God. All right, guys. With that being said, we're back. We're going to bounce back. I'm going to springboard off a 2-0 night, and I got a feeling the Puckheads are going to get it done. So with that being said, guys, have a great day. We'll see you again on Thursday with the Puckheads.
Connect Carter at Twitter.
That's right. Yeah. And also at Dana Lane Sports, because he's back in action.
Did he say he was checking his internet in the bathroom?
I'm not worried about that. He was in the bathroom. Yeah.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.